Here we go then, final match of the night, and the Magician has it all in his hands. A win here, a draw here against Karl Sutton, and Chris Melling is through. But if Karl Sutton wins, he forces a 6-red shootout between these two gentlemen.
Yeah, and a messy first layout here, but one that might entice Karl to go. Amazing to think Karl Sutton lost his first 4 frames tonight, didn't even get a go, really, and yet he's still in with a chance. Good performance here in a 6-red shootout. Yellow's the choice then, and it's the yellow nearest the left centre below it. That's the problem. Yellow in the triangle area will pass the red to bottom left, but obviously it has other pockets as well. But it's far from a clear-cut chance, but it's not as bad as I first thought it was. If he's just happy with the double, the one that's most problematic, just because he hasn't attempted to do anything or work anything out. I think he may have just accepted it.
That's a nice kiss.
Maybe not then. In fact, he's gone across for it there. Can drop this in the centre. It's pretty horrible. Drop it in, it will feel like it wins you the frame.
Lovely angle to see it there. It was tight, but it was nice. It would sort of be on brand tonight in a strange way if Karl, who didn't even, well, he played 1 shot in his first match, can he take this evening all the way to the bitter end with a 6-red shootout? There we go, 1-0.
That was very good. Got a sense, even though he's 1-0 up here, the break's still going to be key for Karl. He hit that very well. I know the cue ball was dangerously close to the corner, but I was expecting to hear a ball rattle in, but it didn't. Chance for Chris Melling to respond. Similar level of chance, actually. He has some issues to figure out along the way here as well. Oh, is he going to be okay? Just about, I think, yeah. He really wanted that feather of a cannon on the red. Maybe a touch thinner than he was expecting, but it's done everything he needed it to do. It's just popped the red on, and he is on the red to right centre. Now the layout's okay. Still one to think about, and it's the red by the 8 ball. He might take it straight away as a double. If it was a straight double, maybe. But if he plays the double from here, he's going into the 8 ball. Could send the 8 ball awkward and safe, so maybe not worth it. That's awkward. Plays the cannon to break it out, and he played it on purpose to come cushion first into the 8 ball. Just got a touch too full on the 8 ball. 3/4 ball would have been perfect. He got it full. So this is now an awkward shot. Got to avoid the 8 ball here as well. Oh, very good. Two high quality finishes to start this pivotal match. It doesn't have as much, we don't have as much data on Chris with it than you do other players, because he's so rarely involved in a 6-red shootout. So
the only way you feel like you can get him in one is on a night like this where it's based on results, not a match expiring, because Chris plays so quickly. His matches on like a series event, for example, which are more common than these, are, you know, they never go to the end of the clock.
Agreed. Does need a good angle to get nicely on the 8 ball. Get nicely on it, you don't expect him to miss it, but it's one of those that doesn't take much for it to all of a sudden become a very delicate shot. Could not be more perfect on it, really. Beautiful.
Oh, disaster for Karl Sutton.
It's never far away, unfortunately, for Karl. Sometimes I think it's when he launches back for that extra little bit of power, and yeah, these middle pockets are in play so often for him, and that could be the difference. He's playing well enough, not getting enough chances. So he lost the opening match, just didn't get any chances. He had one chance at the table, and it was a horrible first shot. And this is a good layout.
great chance here for Chris Melling to break the back of this match. A 3-1 lead would have him 1 foot in the semi-final. Make a bit of a case for that not to happen, and it's very, very difficult to do that. The only red that could potentially cause him a problem is the one lowest of the 3 in a line. The feeling that he'll have to make that down the rail.
Yeah, he might decide to drop behind it and drop it in the middle. I think the reason that little nudge means he can now drop left centre, right centre, and get right behind it.
He's got the angle here, so he's either dropping in behind it or leaving it for a double.
No, I think he'll just drop behind it now. Because he doesn't have to do anything with the cue ball. Drop behind it, drop it in, 8 ball's waiting. You always can tell when it's the big moments for Chris, because you know, he just gives everything. He's still very quick, even playing at the pace he's playing at here, but it's just that little bit steadier, just making sure of things. And you know, he's not flying around the table like he can do. He just knows this is a big moment. Almost making sure.
Beautifully done. Yeah, that red to the middle. It looked from our sort of main cameras as if that was incredibly tight, but you see it there from the other angle when Chris drops in behind it. Actually, it was very, very makeable.
Well, twist, maybe.
Maybe. It's a big if. Karl Sutton has just under 5 minutes and ticking, and he needs to win 3 frames. 2 of them are on the Chris Melling break. He is odds against, there's absolutely no question. Can he produce something special?
It needs to be quick, needs to be very quick here.
This is a visit that he can potentially go quickly through.
Must go comfortably in the centre the way he's gone about this. More room than it looks. This is perfect to connect to the one. Oh, he's just come a touch further than I thought he would. I was thinking he wanted to leave himself the other side of the straight, but he did want to make sure he had angle on this yellow to get back out to the middle of the table, so equally not terrible.
Had to make it. Had to make it.
Just wasn't a good last ball really, but you kind of got to make those decisions in a hurry out there.
Chris Melling gets essentially a victory lap. 3.5 minutes. All his reds present and correct. Chance to go 3 out of 3 and take his spot in the final 4. It's shaping up for a pretty special final 4. Tom Cousins, Declan Brennan, Chris Melling. That's some lineup.
It really is. Obviously, big week next week to find out who. That's not quite given it to Chris yet, but find out who Chris could potentially play. That was a beautiful shot. I was about to make the point he was off angle there, but a bit late now because he's absolutely perfect. It's not the best of shots from Chris. Maybe not over yet.
It shouldn't cost him. And it won't.
That's clever, though.
It's such a clever shot.
He's thinking if you miss the double, you're leaving a horrible 8-ball because he's played the loss of turn at the same time, knowing he's got a simple drop in the centre.
And he saw all that, and we barely even heard the beeps on a 15-second shot clock. That's what we're talking about. He just sees that game so much quicker. Chris Melling, flawless. 3 wins from 3, and he takes his spot in the Champions League semi-final. The Magician has done it again. He is the standard at the moment, and he takes his place in the Final Four. We'll hear from him in just a moment.